This video was brought to you by ABRP Planner, Kempower, Markus Bil, Stormberg and Bilkomponenter. Yo, what's up? In this video I'm going to show you guys the charging session of the Tesla Model Y rear-wheel drive. Has it been improved? Is it charging faster than the Model 3 with the same battery? Well, let's find out. So here, see, I include that one, the two rear-wheel drive batteries, and then also long range, so you can compare. You see the long range will peak at 250 kilowatt initially, and then it starts dropping a little bit. But that is still very nice. So I include this one so you can consider, okay, do you want to go long range or you want to go rear-wheel drive? Rear-wheel drive is cheaper, but with long range you get bigger battery and you get faster charging, and you also have all-wheel drive for better traction or more power. And if you get long range, you can also upgrade to with acceleration boost to get even more power. Yes, power overwhelming. Okay, but eventually it starts dropping also in the long range, but still it charges a lot faster. You can also see on the green box there that we have a lot more kilowatt hour usable now versus the other ones to the middle and the left. And then this time I also include the cell temp mid and max. In previously I just do the mid, which is not really an average, but it's like, okay, whatever, roughly average-ish. And you can see the delta is quite low here. We have 3 degrees Celsius delta even at high temperature. And this is also good because you don't want to get too much cold gate or rapid gate. Some of the other cars, like the Korean cars like Kia and those cars, you know, even the 800 volt architecture, they have as much as 13-14 degrees Celsius delta, which is not niche good. Okay, anyway, we'll see now that the two rear-wheel drive batteries, they are actually charging more or less the same. Each charging session is not exactly the same. There are always a little bit of variation, but based on this test, you can see that they are charging roughly the same. I'm going to show you the charging curves eventually, but look here. You see that the state of charge percentage is actually similar on the rear-wheel drive batteries versus the long-range battery, but the power is actually very impressive. Think about this. We have smaller battery, but still, this is because the left and the middle one, they are LFP batteries, whereas the right one is the cobalt base. I don't remember which one is this, if it's LG or Panasonic, but it's NMC or NCM. Oh, okay, but it's the cobalt based battery, at least the one to the right. But LFP batteries, they have some nice properties. For example, they have really good cycle, really good degradation, and they can also take some beating, and they can also withstand a lot of heat without degrading too much. And they're also very safe, and they are cobalt free, which is politically correct, right? So nobody can arrest that, or nobody can talk shit about, talk smack about electric cars when you have LFP battery, at least, because no slaves were harmed during production of the battery. Yeah, okay. Anyway, not much going on here. We see that very similar again, battery temperature. This is going to be a little bit boring video, but I will try to comment as much as possible that state of charge scale. Well, yeah, they are pretty much neck on neck. You see, not much going on here. I also consider which car I should include in this comparison, but I could include other brands, but I figured that, okay, maybe best to just include these cars, because then if you consider these cars, you can see if there's been an improvement, and you can consider long range versus rear-wheel drive. Okay, towards the end it goes kind of slow. This is usually what happens with Tesla, but Tesla at least seems to have a curve that the typical, I don't know what you should call this, but the typical curve, not too flat curve, but more like maybe how you should charge a battery to not degrade it too much. So yeah, and then also one interesting observation here is that despite that the LFP battery can withstand more heat, the long range battery is actually staying at higher temperature. It's 53 degrees versus around 44, 43 degrees on the LFP battery. So yeah, I'm not sure how healthy it is in the long run to run the battery at over 50 degrees Celsius in the LFP, I mean in the non-LFP battery. So that would be interesting. Okay, I think the rear-wheel drive, the one in the middle, I stopped it right around 90% from what I remember. Well, actually, did I keep going? Yeah, I actually kept going. Okay. I don't remember how it was. Yeah, so they actually, now we actually see what happens when we charge past 90%. And this is actually very impressive, because you can see that the rear-wheel drive, the one to the left, or the Model Y, charges at better speed past 90%. Look at that versus long range. Long range starts going kind of slow. So if you actually look at the green at the bottom again, you will see that, okay, if you want to charge quite far up there, then use the remaining, okay, we are talking about around 13, 14 kilowatt hour less now. But Okay, yeah, now with long range I stopped at 90%, so we can't see too much there. But okay, I mean, it's still slower, yeah, but given the price on the rear-wheel drive, I'd say that it's still a very good deal for the money, right? You get good stuff. This is, for some reason, I don't know why, but the Model Y this time seems to charge slightly faster than the one in the middle. I'm not sure why, but you can see here that we will finish to 100%. And then the other one is still not done yet for some reason. And then 57 kilo. Yeah, we can also see the usable remaining has not caught up yet. So they haven't shifted anything there or increase or decrease the buffer. It seems like the buffer and everything seems to be the same. So yeah, it should be, right? Once we hit 100%, the other one goes to 101%. Okay, that's cheating. Yeah, but so now I just document everything. You can watch this. This is in 10x playback speed, by the way. So I just include all of this so you can actually see what happens with the battery, all the parameters. Okay, some people might consider this a little bit unnecessary video. Yeah, but for people who are interested in this, they probably want to watch this. People who want to spend a lot of money on a car, they want to suck in as much information as possible. And here we see the difference in the charging curve. So you see that, yeah, we charge at 250 kilowatt on the long range, very impressive. This one seems to be a thermal throttling because it's supposed to be like this, right? So I'm not sure, maybe I heated up the battery too much. Yeah, Teslas will sometimes also rapid gate, and this could be what you're seeing there. But okay, I was talking about this typical curve, maybe how you should charge the battery, like a lithium battery should be something like this. But then some German cars, they go more flat and then broop, so yeah. Look here. So yeah, for long range, you get actually faster charging. This area here above the other one here is what the benefit, right, by going for long range. But however, at around 50%, then it's actually neck on neck. This is exactly what we've been talking about, that the LFP, think about this, we have smaller battery. Okay, the long range is roughly 80, the long range is 82 kilowatt hour, and then the small battery here is only around 60 kilowatt hour, right? So in percentages, that's quite a big difference, but somehow the LFP battery is able to keep up with this bigger battery. So yeah, ideally the long-range battery should be above that one all the way, but I guess it just simply can't, or maybe it's not healthy to do it. So based on this graph here, I'd say that the LFP battery is a bargain for the price. But also here you will see that, yeah, this is the May, well, actually just happened to be May. It just happened to be 1 year apart. And then, yeah, they are more or less the same, slight variation here. I'm not sure why, but it seems like Tesla has not improved anything. Yeah, some people might say, oh, but Bjørn, I managed to get high speed at 90%. Yeah, I also seen that before. When I did the acceleration test with the Model Y rear-wheel drive, I drove from home with 100%, and then I topped up at around 90%, I think. And I was getting over 100 kilowatt at 90%, because once you start, if you start further out, you will have this nice jolt until it drops. And it wasn't like this to 100%. It was like way up here somewhere. Like I started with 100%, and even at almost 100, yeah, no, sorry, I started around 90% when I started charging, right, before the acceleration test. And I think when I ended, it was way over 50 kilowatt. It was crazy fast. Yeah, because because we start further out. So yeah. All right, and now you guys have seen it. So which one would you go for? Long range or rear-wheel drive? Huh? The poor man's Tesla or the rich man's Tesla? Okay, anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.